Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Geekenders.
Welcome.
With Brett.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
It's Geekenders like. Welcome.
Yeah, this is gonna be the. Now that I'm here, this is gonna be
all
a cringe
Fergie.
fest. It's gonna be all Fergie all the time.
All
Yes,
Fergie.
exactly it.
Fergie forever.
Shout out to Fergie.
I hope she's doing well. You know.
Yeah.
What is she doing now? I would love to know
That's
that.
what I was
I think
saying.
Fergie as a kid, living her life. Good,
Put that out.
glamorous.
First
She's good
topic.
glamorous, yeah.
First topic, Fergie.
What is Fergie doing?
What is
Brett,
Fergie
tell
doing?
me.
I don't know. I'll Google it for you. I can help you out with
Thank
that.
you. Yeah, if you could do that,
here
that would
we
be great.
go. What is Fergie doing?
What
you know
is
what?
Fergie doing?
Since leaving the Black Eyed Peas, Fergie has released her second solo album. This is in 2023.
She released an album in 2023?
Yeah, she did. A solo album in 2023.
I wince because I don't think I've heard any of the songs on it, so.
Oh my God, what the heck? Her personal life includes a divorce from her previous husband. Her father died, and then she is focusing on motherhood and her wine business.
She has a wine business.
Fergie got wine?
I'm going to look up Fergie wine
You know
right
who
now.
else has wine? You know who else is big into the wine game? Sam
Who's
Neill.
big into the wine game?
Sam Neill
Sam-
of Jurassic Park
yeah.
fame.
Sam Neill wine was the first thing that popped up.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with celebrities hawking their alcohol at us.
Beverages.
For some reason, anything else, I'm like, all right, whatever. You're trying to sell me a watch, or you're trying to whatever. But booze, the more celebrities that want to sell me booze, the better. I don't know that I'll buy it, but I
was
feel
gonna
like
say,
it's
have you
natural.
ever bought a celebrity booze?
No, but I have
Look
gotten
at this
very
wine
drunk
bottle.
on George Clooney tequila, and
Okay.
it made me sick. So shout out to George Clooney for making me throw up.
Nice.
This wine bottle says Fergalicious on it. I just want
Definition.
you all to know.
That's a classy wine. Fergie's wine bottle is pretty classy.
Is
Anyway,
it?
Yeah.
welcome to the show, everyone.
Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to Geekenders. This is Brett.
Hello, I'm ADHD incarnate, so get ready for that.
He's our friendo. He also DMs our D&D game that Jesse and I are in every week.
It's true.
Happily.
Yeah. Dodger,
Yeah.
what kind of character are you in our campaign?
I'm a good boy. I'm a big good boy that I named after a dog.
Delightful.
Would you like to tell them about your good boy?
Yeah, tell us about
Who's your good boy?
He's not a good boy. He's in fact a total asshole.
What good boy? Good boy where?
Which good boy are you referring to?
I think I was talking to Summer and Crown about it. The one thing I love about Logan is he's the character that when you're watching, you're just like, oh, this is it. This is his redemption that I've been waiting for. And it's like the beauty about Logan is he is not a redeemable character, but he's a character you want to redeem so bad. And I'm like, there's no redemption. And that's the beauty of that story personally, is that some people don't need to be redeemed, you know?
I have a couple of friends that as role players will fully commit to being okay with being the bad guy.
Yeah.
And Jesse is one of them. Jesse is totally fine with playing a character where he's like, I'm not a good person.
Yeah.
And I will commit to not being a good person this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Lawman is another one. I have like a couple of friends where it's like, I know exactly who this character is, and I will play that character to the death, you know? And I really appreciate that.
Yeah. And that's for me personally, as long as everyone at the table is having a good time, that's the balance. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of the balance. Is if you're gonna play an asshole, you have to play it in such a way that doesn't ruin everyone else's time. You know what I mean? You gotta do it so that it adds narratively. You don't have to be again. You don't have to be this good person.
Jesse's face.
What, Jesse? What? What's that?
Nothing. I love that you're like, that doesn't ruin everyone. I will actively try to push as many buttons as possible to the point where when we're done sometimes, Brett will message me and be like, "You okay, dude?"
You
and
okay?
I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm not." Yeah, I get it. You're doing a great job. I just think it's hilarious to me that it's like, I know I pushed all the right buttons when the DM has to be like, "You all right, bro?"
Well, no,
like,
this is
I'm
the
good.
reason
I'm all right.
The reason why I did that is I think we had you for like a solo session, and then we switched the party. But this is just how
you've done it. You've done it multiple. This is the thing. It's very good of you because you check and see if I'm okay, which is nice. Yeah. But I'm always okay. I'm just like,
here's the thing. The last time you didn't go, all right. You didn't go, all right. Well, hey, thanks, guys. See you later. All right, bye. You just pieced. You just left.
Sometimes I do have to poop terribly after our sessions.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's nothing about you guys. It's just it's all about me. Yeah.
But I like it. That's where it's like I have to check. I have to be like, hey man, you just bounced. You cool? And you're like, all right, I have shit to do. And I'm like, all right, that's cool.
If this interests you, you should check out Deadbeats or the other BrettUltimus D&D coolness over at the World of IO.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Or you could just forego all sense of responsibility and saneness and watch Goblins of IO, the stupidest thing that ever existed in the history of existence. Truly, my favorite thing I've ever done ever.
It was so wild. It was just such a test as my patience as a DM, which I took. I was like, if I can handle Goblins of IO, I can handle any campaign. That's what it was.
If people are like, man, I don't know, what's this whole D&D thing? Like, what's going on over there? I'm going to sell you on this. An incredible cast of people, but none of it matters because in Goblins of IO, Crendor was a goblin who only used the spell Fog the entire time so that he could get wild magic to cast. And that was it. That's it. That's all he did for a year and a half. He'd go Fog. He'd hurt all of us.
Skagzag has become the cryptid of our D&D community because it's always...
People still bring that fucking character up.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how many times Brett's like, they're dead. All the characters from before are dead. They're all dead. They're all dead.
I've accepted it. I can never inform everyone, and I will sound like a mad person if I try. So I've just accepted it. I have made my officials because it was Skagzag has become folklore in IO Phase 3 practically, and I love that. I think that's awesome.
That's my selling point. Tune in, kids. There you go. Yeah.
Absolutely. This might be I know 2024 I already told my audience, but 2024 is I'm finally going to start slowing down on D&D sessions because I'm getting older and it's a lot of work, and now that I've got my publishing house, I'm like, I need to slow this down. I need to not run
right.
Many
but
games
what
a week.
if What if instead you do a series of one-shots called The Fog Chronicles, where you bring Crendor back and have Skagzag go on misadventures, and we all have to be different characters he interacts with, but it's just a Skagzag-based adventure series.
I love that. I would do a one-off of that. Absolutely. I would absolutely do a one-off of that. Yeah, maybe. Maybe
Winks.
2 off. It depends on how
2
my
off.
psyche is afterwards. If afterwards I'm like, I can't keep. I'm gonna be real. If we were gonna do a Goblins of Io 2, I don't know if I'd have the strength at this point.
I do feel like you saying that you'd like to, go in the direction of focusing on the publishing and stuff. I do feel like making interesting systems and trying interesting systems and things like that. That seems to be something that you really enjoy.
I love it.
So I feel
it's
like
detrimental, but I love it. Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense as a direction for you to go in, to be like, I'm gonna just come up with like fun, cool systems, publish them into neat books, and help other people have fun.
that
honestly makes sense as a direction for you for sure.
I love that. We just released our digital PDF for our fishing. I Slay Dragons So You Can Be Fishing on iopublishing.com, and I loved the sample sessions we did with that, because I was like, holy shit, you can absolutely have fun at the table and not do the D&D default combat save the world. You can just be fishing with pals, and I love that. The
fishing sessions are really fun. They're just nothing happens.
Everyone and that's
goofy.
It's become one of my best performing campaign, and I love that. I'm just so thrilled with that I could be like, yeah, we're fishing today, and everyone's like, oh my god, fishing, it's back, and I'm just like, yes, that's what I want. I just want to take that.
Have we mentioned we're talking D&D? Have we?
Yeah, we're talking D&D.
Did we just jump into this? Did we just
also I changed the topic to D&D really early on.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I was, I didn't see that, so I'm over here just like, have we explained any of this? Or are we just so excited to talk that we just
we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
Always.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't play Dungeons and Dragons, sometimes people will come up with complementary sort of books and content, stories, things like that you can utilize with your D&D game. And so Brett ran a very successful, it was on Kickstarter, right? Ran a very successful Kickstarter for a book called Why Slay Dragons When You Could Be Fishing, as sort of a tester for a series of books you'd like to do, correct?
I would love to, because I would like to do a Why Slay Dragons When You Could Be Farming, when you could be cooking, when you could be blacksmithing, when you could be hunting. And I was actually thinking about this the other day. One of these days in the future, I would actually love to make a system, like an actual TTRPG system, just aptly made Why Slay Dragons. And the pitch is, what if you took Animal Crossing and just made that a D&D game?
Basically just a slice of life system.
Slice of life system.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Hey, chatters and people watching, if you're like, man, D&D, that sounds like it'd be fun, but I don't know where to begin. Here's the thing. If you don't have anyone around you locally to play, or you're a little worried about jumping in, honestly, the video game world gave us baby's first D&D. Just go play Baldur's Gate 3.
Go play Baldur's Gate 3.
You don't need to understand it right away. Take your time, mess around with it, just enjoy what it is. And then when you're more comfortable with understanding I kind of get what that is, or where that's from, or how this would work, then you can do that. And it'll be a way for you to get into the world. It's so simple now.
I would add that most of the chatters are probably part of a Discord community, probably part of Dodger's or Jesse's or mine Discord community. And probably within that community, there are like-minded individuals that also would like to get into D&D. So it just takes one person to be like, hey, I want to run a game. And you would be amazed the people that'll just flock in just to be like, I want to be a part. That's quite literally how I got my D&D career started. Well, I got my D&D career started because Strip had messaged me like, hey, I want to play a D&D game. Can you run a game? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Sure. And
now look where we are.
And now look where we are. He's changed my life. When we did that, we had about 11 people from our friend group, Dodger, that were like, hey, yeah, I'd be down for that. Yeah, I'd play that, to the point where I actually had to run 2 groups offline for people because there were so many people that wanted to play. So just poke around, be like, hey, I kind of want to give this D&D. Who around wants to try D&D? Make some friends. I think tabletop role playing is the best way to is just the coolest way to make friends, personally, and make lifelong connections. And
you do not, let me stress this, need to be serious. No. Need to be like Critical Role where you're like, I'm charactering. You don't do anything.
Nope.
The very first time I ever played D&D, like played, was with Dodger in 2012 at GemuCon.
Mm-hmm.
And our first characters, the 2 characters we made, Dodger's character was a wizard or sorcerer, I can't remember which, that could only self-immolate. And so she'd run up and hug people and set herself on fire. That's how she killed them.
Yep.
And my character was a hobgoblin shaman who collected the testicles of his victims to summon them back as ghosts so that he could get advice. Except they hated him, so they never gave him good advice because I stole their testicles. So that is our characters.
Yep.
And one of the things that happened, Dodger set herself on fire and couldn't roll to put herself out, so we peed on her. That happened in the campaign. It exists.
It's classic first D&D game sort of shit.
That sounds such first D&D. That sounds so difficult for a first D&D, and I love that. And
that's what happened.
Jesse's absolutely right. You don't have to, especially if you're watching these really serious shows like Critical Role and things like that. You don't have to be Shakespearean actors. You can just fuck around and you just discover how you like it. And if you got the right DM or GM, they're gonna let you fuck around because they want you to. The DM GM's role should be that everyone at the table is having fun. Like Jesse said, if something feels off, I always like to inquire to make sure, hey, we comfy, we cool, everything's good, and you want to find a DM GM that'll do that for you, so you can feel comfortable and fuck around and have a self-immolating character and a hobgoblin that steals testicles. Go freaking go for it.
I was saying this morning, Sam and I went and got lunch on Valentine's, and he was, in a very Sam way, Sam's version of saying you've been talking about DMing. You should, when are you gonna run a game? You should run a game. Sam's version is, hey, when are you gonna sack up and run a D&D game again?
Yep, that sounds about right.
And I am honor bound to do a Peppa Pig one shot. That's been something that I've been putting together. Jesse agreed to be in it once upon a dream. So I've been slowly.
Do we have to do accents? I mean, should I do an accent? Can I? I'm doing an accent.
Can I do an accent?
I was going to say, I would like to reference back to what we were just talking about. Would it be fun for you to do an accent, Jesse?
It would be fun for me to do an accent.
Then yes, absolutely. I will be doing terrible Peppa Pig child accents. So yeah.
Oh, no.
Jesse, I love how you put that as in your hands were tied. You're like, I have to do the accent, guys. I have to.
I must.
My webcam disconnected. I'm so sorry. I'm rebooting.
Wow.
I'm rebooting.
Okay.
I don't know what my NVIDIA took over. Oh yeah, I guess
he doesn't like my accent. He don't.
I had to leave.
He was like, I can't be involved.
Can't do it. How do I turn my webcam back on?
How do you do the thing?
How do I do that?
Oh,
okay,
yay!
I'm back.
We've done it.
I think I was shaking my table and it just unplugged the camera for a second, so I'll settle down.
Sure, yeah, no, right. You just didn't want to be associated with that amazing accent.
I don't want that. I don't want to see.
Thank God he didn't break out my Australian. You would have been like,
I'm just reaching over to the camera. Oh no!
Crikey! Put another shrimp on the booby. See,
sorry.
I am very good at acting.
I can tell.
So sorry.
You know what would really help you with that accent?
Yeah.
Watching Bluey.
Watching what?
Bluey.
What's
I'm trying
Bluey?
to get Jesse to watch Bluey.
See, you don't even know Bluey either.
Bluey. Oh, here we are.
I'm such a parent that I gasped at the idea of not knowing what Bluey is.
Why are you getting your friends to watch these children's shows?
No,
Dodger?
Brett. No. Bluey.
Okay.
Thanks
This
for
show-
being on my side, bud.
This show, dude, is so good.
Change the topic. It's Bluey time.
Yes. Okay, got it. Yep. Here we go. Topic.
All
Bluey.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's all Bluey.
Okay.
And Jesse and I just look just off in the distance, and Dodger goes on a
So-
30-minute rant about
No.
Bluey.
I will keep it succinct because I would really love for you guys to watch Bluey sometime, but you don't have to. I'm not going to make you. However, I would like to establish that most people that watch Bluey wind up having sort of a reaction to it of like, yeah, it's a kid's show, but it feels almost like it's more like it's trying to say something to the adults that are watching.
Interesting.
The way that it characterizes
time out.
everybody is really good, but yes.
Do you mean like it's trying to give advice to adults? Or it's like My Little Pony where people assume
Give 'em a little
that
wink.
it's for adults, but really it's still for kids.
Okay.
It's kind of like utilizing the avenue of a story that has a message for kids. At the end of the day, adults used to be kids, and sometimes the moral for the kids also has a really good message for the adults that are watching, you know? I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just a great show. And a lot of
wonderful.
times adults
It's
will watch
wholesome is
it
what
and
you're
be
saying.
like,
It makes you feel good.
yeah,
It gives you warmth in a very cold world.
yeah. It's just a really good show.
I like that.
Okay.
So
I like that.
it'll improve your Australian accent, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Not
there it is, yeah.
that it needs to be improved. It's perfect. But if you wanted to work on it.
Please, all right,
get
first
that.
off, how many people in this chat have actually been to Australia? Not once, not twice, but thrice. Me. So I think I know a little bit better than anyone else.
Can you say Barbie again? Will you say Barbie just one more time? That's it.
That's so
oh my
bad.
God.
That's so bad,
Oh my God.
Jesse. That
No,
is
that was
so bad.
Jeez.
That is 100%
Oh no,
bad.
my barbar.
I have
My
no idea what
barbar.
you're trying to do, but it's not Australian. That is so bad, dude.
I'm pretty sure that's Australian. I'm pretty sure.
That's
I'm pretty
like
sure.
my British accent being hello. Like it's bad. It's bad.
My British accent is
Hello,
still kind of like
governor.
that.
Yeah. Hello. My favorite thing I like to ask my British friends is what is an American accent to you? And I either get the like, you know, I'm over down on the farm taking care of my cows, or I get like the really like heavy, like detailed, like, hello, I am an American. Hello. And I just
Those are my favorite ones.
Boston.
Like, hello there.
They
Hello
also
there.
love doing Boston accents or trying to do Boston
American
accents.
male.
I love
I'm
that.
here
It's
to
me,
talk to you about
an American.
guns.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Don't you dare touch my guns.
I like guns and biscuits
and hamburgers. I love
Hamburgers.
cheeseburgers.
are my favorite.
They
Yeah, I
say
can do bad accents in any language.
supposedly the
Mhm.
reason that when we do English accents, we immediately go for hello, it's me, an English person, right? And why a lot of times English people will go for like Texas is
Yeah.
because our accents actually are similar enough that
Okay.
the things that we really hone in on are the things that are drastically different. And so
Okay.
we like make those sounds more extreme. And I didn't always believe that until I had a little kid that has a split down the middle accent, because in
Yeah, I was curious about that.
in England, everybody thinks she sounds like an American.
Mm-hmm.
In America, everybody thinks she sounds English.
Oh no.
And it's because everybody's hyper focusing on those
no.
specific things about her accent that sound American or English, right?
That's gonna be rough.
But she's
That's gotta be
but she
rough.
does both at the same time. So everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my goodness,
Aw.
her accent is so cute. Her little American accent." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
That's so rough.
says
Oh
mate.
man.
She calls people mate, dude.
She's like a daywalker for accents.
Yeah.
She's Blade.
Yeah.
But with accents.
Except she's not blending in. She just has the other
She'll
accent.
learn
didn't
now.
blend in. He was neither man nor vampire, dude.
Dude,
That's just a fact.
we don't need to go into the like accent classism or anything, but like there's so many accents around here, just in the United Kingdom in general, and people get judged so heavily depending on which accent they have that I have met.
I mean, that's in the States too.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
exactly.
that's absolutely in the States.
100%. I would argue that there are more accents here. Like you drive like half an hour in one direction, you're like, oh, they talk different here, right? But yes, the accent classism absolutely exists in America as well. But something that I've noticed here is that English people are really, really good at being like, here's how I actually talk, and here's my flat London accent. Here's my accent that no one can make fun of. I dare you. I dare you to make fun of me. I don't sound weird at all. Like,
wow.
So many people have like two accents. They like code switch sort of, if that's the right phrase. So I feel like Clark will probably wind up doing that, right? If it gets pointed out to her enough, like, oh, you say vowels weird, she'll probably wind up, you know, saying it both ways.
Like middle school. I don't know how the schooling system is there, but I mean, I can't wait for that like middle school, high school year where, where children just become some children just become just really rotten as they're trying to discover themselves.
She's the mean girl. It's already happening. I refuse to accept otherwise. Clark's friends are named like Mipsy and Bobsy, and they're all, oh my God, they're all gonna be like walking down the hall to cool music.
Jesse's favorite hobby is concocting
stories for Clark.
Stories about my kid. Yeah, he loves it.
It's the only way I can manage
denying
children.
Them.
No, I understand why, because Jesse, even though he won't admit it, just doesn't want. If Clarky's gonna be bullied or be the bully, I'd rather
Clark be the bully.
So that she's not getting hurt. I get it. I mean, it's fucked up, but I get it.
It's because I care.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because you want her to be a redeemable character, just like people watching Jesse want Jesse's characters to be redeemable.
There it is, to be redeemable.
Right, but
full circle, we did it.
Yeah, not redeemable. No, speaking of accents, this is an apocryphal tale, but I was once told by a friend who spent a lot of time in China that I don't come at me if I'm wrong, but I was told that when learning English in China, they're given the option to either choose American accent or British accent. And they like just decide which one they want to, and it might, and I don't know why, I don't know in what way they pick, I don't know, but like that's why you'll meet some people that have like this is my accent, and then you have some people that's like, yo, what up? And I don't know why you would choose one over the other. I think British you would probably choose because it sounds more, like I'm smart.
Put together.
There has to be more than just the accent, because even when you're selecting like YouTube videos, like what language it's in, there's like 10 different English options. So I mean, like, there's got to be some sort of nuance with it that, like,
people in chat are confirming
don't understand
that also exists in Europe.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess it'd be fun to kind of learn to ingratiate yourself, because I would imagine if I was going to learn Mandarin, for example, there would be a lot of different accents on it. If I was going to learn French, I don't think everyone just sounds French, like there's probably different regions that have different accents.
Dialects.
Yeah. Well, like are you learning French to hang out in Canada or in France or
exactly,
right? And it's going to be different depending on,
or Spanish, right? Like Mexican Spanish,
where are you planning on
Spanish,
using this?
Spanish.
Or
what media are you intending
Creole,
to?
right? Isn't Creole also like a type of French?
Totally.
Yeah, it's like a crazy mix of stuff. Yeah. There's. I don't know, man.
I remember when I was taking French in high school, there was, there was one part where we were starting to learn like, different like French, but in like different countries, and how that, how like the sentence structure and things like that are put together. I barely remember any French, of course, because it was a high school class, but it's just, from my understanding, English is just this clumsy ass language that we all just we all use, but it's not like certain languages handle conversation more succinctly and better than English does. English is just a very clumsy language from my understanding.
Well, I just want to say for the record,
Yeah.
In chat, someone said, I learned American pronunciation by watching The Wire. And my favorite part about that is I just imagine them always saying, she. Shit. That's all I can imagine. That's the only way you know how to say shit.
I love how this topic stemmed from Bluey.
I was literally about to be like, it says we're still talking about Bluey.
You know what?
Bluey
it stemmed from Bluey. Yeah, Bluey educated us. You know what? Dukes has a point.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yes.
No, please go. I keep interrupting you, and I feel bad because I'm just wired this morning.
She.
Jesse feels bad. Wow.
I was gonna say I remember so vividly in high school when we had an exchange student, and I became good friends with her. And at one point, she was like, "Well, English was the fourth language I learned." So, and I was like, "Huh."
My brain can't comprehend learning a second language.
Dude,
I don't know how that works.
Why does America not care if we know more than English?
Because we're number one, baby!
We're number one! We're number one! We don't have to! We don't have to, baby!
Because we're the best!
Oh, God.
You learn our language!
Yeah, my language is guns!
Dude.
Burgers!
But it's
freedom!
It is, I feel like growing up and then meeting a bunch of people from other countries that are like, well, yeah, of course we learn 2 or 3 languages in school.
Yeah. Because we're selfish. I mean, we joke, but that's the truth.
Like,
but I will
say, what the hell is wrong with us?
Do not let that get to you, though. Yes. Most times when I go overseas, I'll meet people, they know multiple languages. Shout out to everyone from anywhere else in the world who speaks English. You're my hero.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Every time I really ask, when they say they know 4 languages, it isn't like they're fluent in 4 languages.
Sure.
They
Unless they want to pursue that.
in 4 languges.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't.
They can have a conversation
geniuses.
in 4 languages.
I can't get by with 4 languages.
Me neither.
That's still very
Still
impressive.
impressive.
But like, don't put the bar too high. Right? You can still go out there and learn 4 languages. We're not saying that like just because you're an American, you're an idiot. I'm saying that they aren't. The world isn't filled with super geniuses who are like fluent in everything.
I'm not saying you're an idiot. I'm just saying you're ignorant as fuck.
An American idiot. The song is Old as Sin. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. It's the
You want to be an American idiot.
Well, it's the same reason why if someone gives a temperature in Celsius, everyone in the world's like, yeah. And I'm like, can I get the other number, please?
No, that's not your fault.
Yeah, it was
You were raised.
Celsius.
You were raised with the F, not with the C, and that's not your fault. I'm having to immersively learn the C, dude.
Yeah, but everyone in the world is C, and we're the only one that's like, nah, man, F. And we only know English. You all.
It sounds like we're trying not to swear.
Hey, you all learn my language. Fuck off.
Dude, it's all about the F's and the C's. You know what I'm saying? You got an F, and then you got the C.
And you got the C.
Sometimes you want to learn about the C, but first you got an F. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like we're trying to start
bad stand-up comedy in like an LA comedy club. It's like sometimes you F and sometimes you C. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You got to have the C if you want to F, though, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Also, we work in feet. I don't know what this kilometer bullshit is. That you're all doing that. Well, get on our level. This is how we have our rulers.
It's easier. Kilometer's just easier.
Yes.
It just is. But nothing here is that. So feet it is.
Our lovely friend Umatani in chat. Hi, buddy.
Yo, bud.
Just said I recently read. Someone said F. Fahrenheit is how humans feel temperature, and Celsius is how water feels temperature.
Huh.
Which is an interesting way
feels
to think
smart.
about it.
Isn't Celsius it's boiling point, right? I'm also a very dumb person, so if I say something ignorant, I do apologize. But I mean, Celsius doesn't like how like or is it
0 is
freezing?
freezing.
Yes, that's what it is. 0 is freezing.
For Fahrenheit, for anybody who doesn't use Fahrenheit, 32 is freezing.
It's freezing,
Fahrenheit.
yeah.
But
And that's all I got.
30 degrees Celsius is like, whew, it's hot. But 80 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit is, whew, it's hot.
Ooh, it's hot,
So 80 to 100 degrees actually sounds hot, whereas 30 doesn't.
This is
So it
fine.
makes sense.
I use Kelvin.
Sure.
Okay.
I use Kelvin because
Yeah.
I need to know what absolute 0 is. And,
Totally. How is,
Celsius and Fahrenheit.
How's
This is
Linux
Jesse's
running
game
on
at
your
a
machine?
bar, by
as
the
well,
way.
dude?
I use only the penguin. Okay.
Linux only over here.
Linux
Yeah.
only, and I use Kelvin. Okay.
What are you using? Apple?
Shout out to
gotta-
everybody who uses
gotta get
Kelvin
on
and
Linux.
Linux. You're just smarter than us, and that's why we're making fun.
Yeah. No, yeah. We're just bitter, is what we are. We're
Yeah.
just bitter, angry souls. You are doing
Yeah.
better. Trust me.
I need a GUI to function. I don't know what the hell you all are doing.
I need the big buttons
I need
with
the
the
button, I
words
need the
that say
mouse.
this is what this does. Okay,
Yep.
I don't know.
Why do I have to learn it when I could just Google it? I just there's so much
I do know
space
that
in my
water
brain.
boils at 373 Kelvin. So that's pretty
Nice.
cool. I know
didn't-
that.
I know
don't
nothing
and I
about
know that-
Kelvin, so
I honestly don't either. I just know a basic fact that there's absolute 0
yep.
and there's water boils at 373. That's all I know.
Nice.
I could not tell you anything else. I do
Mhm.
not know. Yeah. There you go. Hey, can I really quickly just
Yes. What's up?
shout out a little? So, once again, one of my favorite things in the world is when like a company approaches me and they're like, "Hey, would you play this game if we pay you money?" And I already bought the game and it's sitting on my desktop and I definitely was going to play it. Anyway, that happens with a frequency now that it's so good.
wish.
Anyway,
I wish. Honestly, on that topic, I hesitate to play games that I genuinely enjoyed that I was sponsored for because I really want like a second sponsorship, and I have this fear that if I play that game, they go, well, "We don't have to give him any more money. He's playing for free." You know,
it does happen. Oh, it
Yes,
definitely
it
happens.
happens so much. Yeah,
But when it happens to my benefit, I not only feel great about it, but I'm even more inspired to play more and shamelessly plug. And so I'm going to do that right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, everyone. Banishers, Ghost of New Eden is
Oh
good.
my God, it's
Go
so
play
good.
that game.
What is
Yes.
it?
So
Are we
good.
talking about that game? Let's talk about that game.
We should talk about that game. It is great.
Dude, the characters are awesome. The voice acting and writing is great. If you played
Yep.
Vampire and you were like, the combat's kind of whatever, the combat has been improved a lot. There's like detective mystery elements to it that I wasn't
Ooh.
expecting. It's so cool. It's such a good game.
All right. No spoilers. Don't even look up a trailer for it. Just play it.
Okay.
I fully
The
agree.
premise is that you play as oh boy, Atena Duarte,
Antea, yeah.
Antea, thank you, and her sweet love Red, who are banishers, and their whole vibe is that they go around sending ghosts back to wherever ghosts come from,
Helping
And-
ghosts move on in one way or another.
sometimes forcefully.
Yeah.
And the whole vibe is that they are from, the old world, and now they've arrived in the Americas to help a friend who's a priest, a preacher in New Eden, and there's something happening in the city, and you arrive in order to help him deal with the issue.
Mhm.
And it is a game that is scary, action-packed, has mystery elements. You solve ghost crimes, basically. The acting is great. The story is great. Visually, it's great. Total surprise. I was like, all right, I'll play this because it looks good. The more
Yeah.
I played, the more I was like,
I had a-
this is so good.
I had a really hard time. I assume because of how you brought this up that you were sponsored to play it. I was also sponsored to play it. And I had a really
What
hard
game?
time being like, okay, it's time. I'm done now. Because I was just like, wait, but what's going to happen next? It's really good.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do a hard stop. thankfully there's a pretty good stopping point about 2-3 hours in. So I was like, okay, thank God, because first off, like all streams, I had to pee so badly. But more importantly, things happened in this game that it was unexpected. And then I remember from the trailer, I was like, oh yeah, no, that's what this game is. So that's why I say don't watch the trailer, because the trailer gives away the game.
Yes,
and
I went into it blind, and I'm really glad that I did. So
yeah, very
would
cool
recommend.
stuff.
It's the new Don't Nod game.
Atmosphere.
I don't know if we said that yet. So you know,
Focus, Entertainment, and Don't Nod.
Yeah, you know that there's going to be lots of choices,
emotions.
Choices and emotions in the game.
Oh,
yeah.
I have to pick my games very carefully because my time's pretty limited. So right now I'm just trying to get through Persona 3.
Oh God,
that's also very good.
Yeah. It's great. The problem with me is when I played it the first time, I got just to the end and then for some reason didn't finish it. And then years passed, as it does when you leave a game on a shelf for too long, and you kind of get to that point where you're just like, I have to play this game, but this is a long ass game. So when Reloaded got announced, I was like, finally, I can play this game because of the remake. You know. Otherwise, my memory just skips that.
I don't know if this is a spicy take.
Yes.
I don't know. But Persona 3 makes me, seeing Persona 3 again and like getting back in that, it makes me appreciate Persona before every game had a mascot. Does that make any sense?
What was the What do you mean by mascot? You mean, are you talking about like the summon or
Persona
like,
4 is Teddy. Persona 5 is Morgan.
Right.
Is that the name?
That's fair.
So like they all have mascots and Persona 3 just doesn't. And I don't know, something about it, I don't know, it just...
See, my hot take, because I'm also in the, you know, that late 30s, approaching early 40s, is I miss Persona before it turned into this sort of high spirit, preppy, we're going to high school, we're popping vibe, because Persona 1 and 2 were very
You missed
dark
the guns
days.
that would activate your persona. You missed
that's the weirdest thing, right? Persona 3 has the gun to the head. That's like, holy shit. That I was like, what are we doing here?
It's dark,
And then we're just vibing to this like poppy battle theme, and I'm like, what's going? And yeah, but Persona 1 and 2 were more like the Shin Megami series, so it was very like Persona 2. At the end of Persona 2, spoiler alert. They changed it in the re-release, but in the Japanese version of Persona 2, Innocent Sin, I think, you fight Hitler with sunglasses. You fight him he has a persona and everything. He's
fuck?
like one of the final fights.
I never. If you had stopped right there and said, Dodger, guess how this game ends, I wouldn't have guessed. I wouldn't have gotten it.
He's like, hey, what's up? It's me, Hitler. And then you go into an RPG turn fight against Hitler in Persona 2.
But Persona in general has always been like, even Persona 5, which is like, right? The music's amazing. You still fight a giant dick monster as the first boss. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like
that giant dick monster has. Oh wait, Sorry, Jesse. There's multiple giant dick monsters in the Persona in the Shin Megami series. I apologize. I got that mixed up. Yes, you do fight a giant dick monster as the first boss. It was like someone knows what it is. It's like a giant green dick monster on a wheelchair. That's been around since that's been around since the 90s. Mara, since Shin Megami 1, Mara has been a thing, and you're just like, I'm just a giant dick on a wheelchair. And you're like, Nintendo, we cool with this? Okay, I guess we're cool with this.
That's what makes Persona so much fun. And I'm not saying 4 and 5 are bad. I happen to like Teddy. I might be one of the 3 people in the world who do. But like, it's just a different vibe. Entirely different vibe. Going from 3 to 4 to 5. 3, like we were talking about, that's like, all right, it's time to get my Persona blast. Like, it's crazy. And then 4 and 5 are just like, high school, but it's super dark, but the music's fun. You know what 4 and 5 are? Ska music.
Okay.
Ska music is always the most depressing, worst lyrics, but like, and it's like, life is misery, everything's sad, I'm going to get really drunk.
Persona 3's world theme, like the lyrics is like, I've never been so miserable, and I'm like, that's it. Like in the world map theme, you're like, never been so miserable. And you're I'm like, you okay? you okay? Persona 3 soundtrack.
Yeah, it's just, like Persona 3 is very, very. This is obvious. 4 and 5 are just like everything is happy except for life, which is killing you.
Yeah. And I'm like, true.
Yeah.
That sort of suits the vibe of the stories of those games, though.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Where everyone's just getting real
Where it's like,
messed
this
up.
person seems totally normal. I wonder what's going on inside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, they're a mess.
You got a giant dick
Oh,
monster.
it's terrible.
Yeah, you gotta do something about this.
Yeah.
I will say the baseline of what Persona games are, which is even the most put together people have shit going on in their life.
Yes.
Is a very good message to have in a game.
Great message.
And I love that they
Wonderful
do that.
message.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone's got their own shit that they're dealing with on a constant basis. No one's life is perfect. I love that. I love that. I love normalizing that. So I love Persona 5. I'm gonna get through Persona 3 because I got 13 days until Final Fantasy 7, and that's it. That's we're gone. We're gonna be gone. I can't wait to break down and cry. I can't wait.
I have a legitimate text document on my desktop.
Yep.
That is literally every day and what I need to get done before the 29th.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
yep.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna disappear.
I played the Final Fantasy 7 remake again just so I can get caught up again. And it was same thing. It made me so sad, and I was like, oh, I can't wait for Rebirth to fuck me up. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Is that because I didn't want to spend a lot of time doing it, I played through Remake again on easy.
Okay.
And just plowed through it just so I could like get the story again. And I realized I should just play games on easy, bro. Like I was like, enemies would be too shot, and part of me would be like, oh, this is too easy. But then part of me is like, dude,
you already did
this
this.
is what I want from this game.
Easy.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
I just want to get through it again. No, I get that. There was nothing wrong with playing a game on easy mode because you're like, I don't
tell that to the internet.
Now listen, I'm playing Persona 3 on hard now because I wanted to. I was like, Persona, because I'm that old school RPG gamer where I'm like, I want you to just really, I want to be on the brink of death but that's what I want, that's the experience that I want. Some folks don't want to deal with all those mechanics and stuff and want to go into a story and not waste their time banging their head against a boss for hours on end. So I get it. Play at the difficulty you want to play it at. There's no shame, nothing wrong with it. You're not try hard if you're playing on hard, and you're not a gamer if you're playing it on easy. Or
I have a hot take.
Not a gamer.
I have a hot take. It's okay to be a try hard. It's okay
It's
to try
okay to be a
hard at
try-hard.
something that you're enjoying.
Yes,
That's all right. Don't let people call you a try hard to make you feel bad.
Yes.
What's wrong with trying hard? You're having a good time.
I apologize. You're right. Tryhard has had this negative connotation against it, but what I'm saying is like.
I know what you mean. I just wanted to throw it in there.
Yeah, that is a fair take. That is an absolutely fair take. Always try. When we're growing up, it's just like just try as hard as you can, and as long as you try.
Can we still call people sweaty? Absolutely. I'm sweaty every day.
I'm sweating right now.
Yeah. I'm literally sweating right now.
I'm sweating right now. Yeah.
I'll never forget years ago, I was doing a stream and some guy came in and was like, look at this try hard trying to be funny. And I was like, yeah, that's my job, bro.
I am trying to be funny. Thank you for noticing.
Very hard. What do you mean?
You get it.
I'm
Thank
working
you so much. I said I'm sweating. Meanwhile, I'm wrapped up in my little green blanket, just getting all nice and comfy and cozy. It could be 80, 90 degrees. I don't care. I gotta have a blanket. I gotta have a little blanket that I get to wrap myself around.
Yeah, this is my little banky.
Oh, but that's
you never know you're gonna need it.
You never. I'm always using a blanket, and that's the thing. That's my peak comfort is blanket. And if it's
I don't have
pants.
Yep.
I have to have pants on. I'm at the office and there are people here. But no, I don't have any things. I do have 2 buttons.
Complaint. No, I'm kidding.
This week I was sent 2 buttons and I don't know why. No one told me. I have no answers. I have. Right, I have that, but I also have
You know what? You used that earlier, and I was going to say I really miss the nut buttons. Those are old as shit, and they're so funny.
Literally got sent a nut button.
Nut.
Was it from a brand or
I should get a nut button. I miss those.
I don't know. I got it in the mail and it said it was nut button, not from anyone. There was no one involved. Like, it didn't say it was sent by anyone. I just now have.
I would open that up, make sure there isn't like a spy device inside or something.
If there's a spy device, you know what? They did it. They got me.
Ooh, nut button.
Yeah, they got. Yeah.
I would love it if like the FBI sent, people of interest nut buttons that just would know like, oh, that's kind of neat. I don't know what happened.
They'll
I'm just gonna put it on my desk.
We know they'll keep it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't have any blankets. I wish I did. Actually, that's a lie. We do have multiple blankets here in the office. I'm just lazy.
I keep a blanket by my couch in the living room, and I keep a blanket here in the office, and I've always got it on. And if it's too hot, I don't take up the blanket. I just lower the AC. I'm the problem.
Killing the earth as we speak, Brett.
This is my peak comfort. Okay, it's like, okay, I want a nice little comfy blanket wrapped around me, but I don't want to be hot, so I gotta make sure I have a fan blowing on me right now to like regulate the temperature. So there's a method to my madness. There is a method to my madness. I want to feel like something's hugging me at all time, but I don't want to be too hot.
It's like when someone turns the air conditioning on but opens the window because it's like too cold.
Too cold, yeah.
So you gotta open the window so it regulates, and it's like, what are you doing?
There's a difference between AC air and fresh air, dude.
There is. Are you admitting, Dukes, that you do that? You don't do that.
We don't have a working heater or AC.
I was about to say, they don't have any of that.
How do you live?
We have a fireplace, and we use it a lot.
Well, what happens during the summer when the heat wave inevitably comes?
They sweat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Brett, they don't have AC in England. If you want to experience the wonders of AC, you go to a grocery store. That is your only option. Everywhere else is a sweaty butthole, and that's.
I get it.
That's it.
Brett,
let
me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story.
Please. Let me just get cozy up right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Years ago, when our dear sweet Dodger got married.
Mm-hmm. I knew this is what you were gonna tell. Sorry, keep going.
I went to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And went to a truly lovely wedding. Where for a full day, not like a few hours, not like American weddings where it's like you're in, you're out, you're going. No. This was a full day of watching elves marry hobbits, and in the forest, and lots of booze and fatty meat all day.
That sounds awesome.
It was fun. Yeah, it was good.
That sounds really awesome.
I was drunk enough that I kept trying to sell people on the idea of cleavage for men, which was your balls.
Mm-hmm,
right? Anyway, ignore that. So yeah.
Ignore that.
Ignore that.
Shout out to Giant Bomb for the raid. Thanks, guys. You came at the right time.
So I got my cleavage out, right?
Anyway, so my nut cleavage.
But anyway, so
sweating like a mother.
it was, we're drunk, we're filled with fatty meats.
Yeah.
And when the night ends, this is the middle of summer.
Mm-hmm.
So we go back to the place that we were staying for this wedding, which was above a pub. My room had one little baby window, no fan, no AC, no nothing. It was so hot in that room, and I was so filled with booze and meat sweats that I laid there on my bed, naked as hell on top of the sheets, sweat, covered in water. And in that moment, I was like, I'd be fine being dead. Just take me.
Take cold showers every hour to try and just regulate your internal temperature. Listen,
I would rather die than live in this moment.
When you're living big boy summer every year of your freaking life, you can't imagine a place without any sort of regulate. You're like, I'm like, I'm a musky 92, 98 degrees always. I need just a little bit of cool air.
Dude, you would have welcomed death.
Here's what's the issue that we're in right now in this country is that, sure, maybe a few years ago you could argue, well, it's not like the summers are that bad anyway. Most of the year it rains.
That's what people in Seattle say. That's what people say in Seattle say, yeah.
And every year for over like 6 years now, the summer has been unbearable. And the houses here are built to keep in heat. So we have houses that are built to keep in heat, no AC in any of them, and people are not doing okay in the summer. And so we're in this like transition period where like people can't afford to just install AC in their houses.
Right.
So everybody's like frantically buying little AC units, and we're in this weird period, this in-between period of like accepting that we have shitty summers.
Yep.
That's
the same thing in Washington, like the Washington state, where, whenever I'd go to PAX and we'd stay at like an Airbnb and there's no AC, I'm like, there's no AC? And people native to Seattle and Washington are like, we get like a couple of hot days, but that's it. That was 2019, last time I was to a PAX. And then 2020 happened, and it was like a heat wave just struck Washington that year. And everyone's like, we got to find a hotel or my pet's going to die from heat stroke. And I'm like, this is why I can't do like, oh yeah, but like the climate here, you don't need AC. I'm like, you don't need AC now, but you're gonna need an AC somewhere. So I would feel bad because if I moved to a state or a country that doesn't have AC, I would be the dumb American that's like, yeah, I need an AC installed in this house pronto. And they're like, look at this motherfucker paying to get an AC. Yeah. This hoity-toity son of a bitch just needs the AC in his home. And I'm like, I live in Florida. If I don't have an AC and a hurricane-proof house, I think that house is weak sauce. And that was all the houses in California that I was at when I lived in Burbank. I was there. The houses felt like they were made of paper mache because of earthquakes. It was built for earthquakes, not hurricanes.
Yep.
And yeah, so it's really interesting how things are built all around the world just to deal with that lifestyle. So
yeah, well, yeah. When I was in LA for 10 years, something like that. And every time it rained and the streets would get flooded, it flabbergasted me because I had grown up in Oregon with really good drainage, right? Because it rains all the time, so there's drainage everywhere.
Not in LA.
There's no drainage in LA. So if it rains, suddenly you're like, all right, which roads are going to be a nightmare? Which areas are going to get blocked off?
You don't leave the house when it's raining in California because everyone freaks the hell out. They're like, the roads are so wet. I'm like, it's fine. Just don't worry about it. I did love it when it rained in California because in Southern California, excuse me, not all of California is like this, because for like a few days, the smog clears because of the rain. And you're like, this is a beautiful state. This is so gorgeous. And then the smog creeps back in. You're like, all right, I'm breathing toxic again.
I will say,
yes,
during the height of COVID, when LA was on like full lockdown.
Oh, okay.
You could go out. During that time, I went to some sort of like outdoor, they were doing a lot of outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
I went to this outdoor thing at the Getty Museum. And if you've ever been to the Getty, there's a balcony that looks out over all of LA. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
There was not a cloud. It was, everything was perfectly blue. The water looked gorgeous. The city. And I was like, wow, this is
nature's
healing.
Like
nature's healing. Yeah. And then cut to 2022. It's all back to normal. I was like, cool.
Wow, we're really fucking up this place. Oh, okay.
It makes you realize it. Yeah.
It's really frustrating, isn't it? Because there's part of you that's like, it's nice to know that if, humans just stop doing their shit, that things start to fix themselves really quickly.
Yeah, we
but
are
also,
the problem.
but also how obnoxious is it how quickly we can then ruin it all again?
Oh yeah.
It's the
if you are like, okay guys, if we just stop, if all of us just don't drive our cars for like 3 days, just 3 days, we're gonna do so much good over here. It's gonna be a beautiful week, blah blah blah. And people are they're like, nah, I can't do that. I need my car. I need my car.
That's capitalism's fault, though.
That's
not our
no,
fault.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. All right.
Speaking of
true.
cars,
I mean, no, I agree. Yeah, but we are an active participant. Like, we're just literally like, yeah. I mean, people like their conveniences, is what I'm saying.
sure.
Yeah.
when we went to Ghent, Dodger,
Yeah.
You know what? Bless Europe. The no car spaces are awesome.
Mhm.
And we need more of that here in the States, where it's just
Dude.
like, in this area, don't bring your cars. Cars are not allowed. We ride bikes or walk. That's it. It was great. I love that stuff.
Jesse and I were losing our minds coming off the Eurostar.
Where was this?
In Ghent, Belgium.
Okay.
We were coming down the escalator. Look to our left, a sea of bikes.
Thousands
Of bikes.
Thousands.
Wow.
Everybody had biked there. We were like,
That's awesome.
what?
Was
There's
everyone
an actual
beautiful?
bike economy here.
Wow.
On the inside,
Oh no,
at the-
everyone
at the very least,
was
Yeah.
everyone was fit as hell. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's certainly bizarre to have places where, at least for an American, to see places where they're like, do not bring your car here. We don't want your car.
Mhm.
This is a car-free area. And then to see
That's
people
awesome.
where people are like walking in the streets, or there's cafes that have stuff in the streets. And for a brief moment during COVID, we had that here in LA,
Mhm.
where, for example, downtown Culver, no one was driving, so they put all the stuff in the streets. And you were like, we could have had this, y'all.
This could be what it's like. Yeah.
This could
We
be
could have
our
this.
future. Yeah. That reminds me of when in 2016. Yes, 26. I think it was 2016 when Pokemon Go came out that weekend. That
Yeah.
beautiful. We had achieved world peace for like
Dude.
3 days.
I've never walked so much.
And everyone was so happy around you. Like, you were walking, you're doing Pokemon, you see everyone else collecting Pokemon, you're talking to people around.
Meeting
Everyone's
up with
just
friends
in
at
this,
the pier just to go
You're-
for a walk and catch Pokemon. Yeah.
You're meeting up with friends. You're talking with people that you would normally not talk with because everyone just had something together. I love that shit. So like,
Unless
that
you were
just
on the
sounds
yellow
wonderful.
team, in which case everyone hated you.
Oh, everyone hated you. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I was on the yellow team.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Well,
no, I know. I'm aware.
We're not. That's not a surprise. I'm just gonna. Oh, what?
Go red or go dead, haters.
Yeah, you would be Team Yellow. Go red or go dead. Go blue or just go home. Just
Yeah,
get off
blue
the
or
streets.
poo, yellow
Blue or
too
poo.
mellow. Go red or go dead. Let's go, Team Red.
Goodness
I-
gracious.
I don't remember who I was. I think I was blue. I wanted to make commercials. I was talking to some video editor friends at the time, but I wanted to make fun little YouTube commercials about all the teams, but they were themed off of the last. Oh God, the last. I forgot the movie. No, like with the Mockingjay, and it was
Hunger
like a battle
Games?
royale. Yeah, thank you, Hunger Games.
Yeah.
You know how those commercials or those trailers in the last Hunger Games were all like these. It was like that white space. It was all that propaganda. So I
Right.
was like, I want to make Pokemon Go propaganda of all the teams. And I'm like,
We need more propaganda here in the U.S. for sure. Like if we could just get a little more.
From a storytelling standpoint, I did that dystopian shit, and I'm all about it. You know, it leads to some interesting narratives.
Word.
Word indeed. Word to your mother.
Word up.
Word to your mother. Tell her I said hello. I hope your mom's doing great.
I think
Yeah,
she's
word up
fine.
to your mothers. Yeah.
Word to all of your mothers.
To everyone's mom.
Have you called your mom yet today? If not, and you can, you should, and say that you.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Ask her about Pokemon and what team she's on. And if it's not red, get her out.
Get out.
Put her in a home.
I'm adopted. Ooh.
Yeah.
I saw an interesting topic, but I don't know if it's something that you want to talk about in chat.
Is it AI?
Yes.
We talked about AI a ton last week.
Okay, we don't have to talk
Although
about it again.
since then they released those videos that look real and it's too much.
It's terrifying. That's what I'm saying. Like I saw that all on my Twitter feed since I think yesterday. Oh, where like it was literally just like this AI video and it looks way too real. And I don't like it. I don't like it.
Not a
Do
fan.
not like it.
I haven't seen
Not
it.
a fan.
But if we're going to talk about CG stuff, can we instead talk about the fact that every like techno-y house kind of like a big stadium event now has giant screens with like apes or like sexy ladies dancing in the background, and it's like 3D, but not really.
Yeah.
And I saw one the other day that was Shrek, and it scared the shit out of me. It was like Shrek vomiting on the audience, and I was like,
No.
I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. I hate this. However, I can imagine it would be scarring if you were like on one of those big party drugs and you went, I hate that. I would be like, those are the worst. But they're like timed to the beat of the song. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, Dodge, right. Go find those videos. It's definitely like a festival
I know what you're
thing.
talking about. Don't they have those in like Japan as well? Like those little corner advertisement displays?
Imagine that like corner advertisement in Japan where like the tire comes out, but it's a giant screen and it's either like a twig man dancing or like a sexy lady dancing or Shrek. And they're
Shrek.
just the Shrek one. It was like, this is going to date me, but it was on that sort of, like Skrillex, like, like more noise than music. Anyway, old man Jesse.
Dubstep,
but like,
sort of stuff.
But not dubstep, barely dubstep. Just like, like,
wop, wop, wop.
like that.
Yeah.
And
I consider that dubstep. But then that's all I know.
But then it's Shrek.
But then
like,
it's Shrek.
And I'm like, what is happening right now? It's crazy.
And everyone's like, yeah, Shrek vomited on me.
No, what makes it even worse is it's just 1,000 phones filming it. I didn't think anyone was having fun. They were just it's just a sea of phones filming. And I was just like, is this for promotion? Like, do people have fun anymore? What's the vibe here?
It's like the Vegas sphere or whatever the heck that is, that big advertisement sphere they have in Vegas now.
Although the inside of that's cool as shit. I want to go to a concert in there.
The Uwu face?
What? Yeah, inside the Uwu face is actually an event space that is cool.
I know
there's
nothing
there,
about that sphere except that if you're far away, it's just a cute sleeping face.
Oh
yeah, it costs $50,000 a day to advertise on there. I think something like that.
So much,
pretty crazy. And then, but inside
that wealth gap. Don't mind me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Inside is like a 3D 360 IMAXy bigger. I don't even know. But every time I see stuff in there, it's the coolest stuff I've ever seen. I'm just like,
okay,
I want to go there so badly.
Okay.
So badly.
I'm glad there's something that you can do to it or do with it, and it's not just this giant advertisement sphere.
Unless
that you can see
it's
from
Shrek,
anywhere.
unless they do vomiting Shrek, in which case
I would vomiting
I'm out.
Shrek. I would vomiting Shrek, and he's just walking around the sphere.
I'm telling you, when we're done here, go Google vomiting Shrek. I don't want to say techno because it's not techno, but like vomiting Shrek dubstep or something.
Okay.
And also, it's 500,000 per day. I was way off.
Oh, okay. Did you say 50 million?
I said 50. I said 50,000. I thought 50,000 seemed fair.
50,000.
No,
okay.
no, it's 500.
But it did.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely look up Shrek dubstep, and it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I do not like it at all. It's scary. Another Shrek pops up and eats one of the Shreks, dude. It's terrifying. And he's got like red eyes, and he's like, ah, and he's like yelling.
That
It's
sounds
the
like
scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
those like Spider-Man Elsa videos where you're like, I don't know, we're just testing shit. We're just seeing if we're just seeing what's gonna be picked up and what likes it. I don't know, Shrek vomiting and then angry Shrek eats the smaller Shrek. Let's just see
It's
what
YouTube.
happens.
It's
Let's just go
YouTube
for it.
poops, but in augmented reality.
Yeah, except in
guess.
real life. My life is now a YouTube poop. That's fantastic.
My life's
Wonderful.
always
Thank
been
you.
a YouTube poop.
I missed the
Hell
part where Jesse
yeah.
explained where he saw this. The internet. What else?
Yeah.
What other explanation do you need? Saw it on the internet.
YouTube.com/Shrek eats Shrek. Vegas.
There's probably more than one video like that. You're like, I don't know. We're just seeing what the algorithm wants today. We just see what the algorithm wants. Good stuff. Yeah,
It's already on Know Your Meme. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. It's Shrek Rave Visuals by Excision.
You
It's
witnessed the
an
birth
EDM
of a meme.
thing. Yeah. Shrek
So-
Rave Visuals is what you can look up. There you go. Done.
So-
it took 2
so-
seconds.
So you saw this online. This wasn't like you were at an event of some kind and Shrek.
Do I look cool
Vomit
enough
audio.
to go to any sort of EDM rave?
I thought it was a football game. Oh, was this an EDM rave? Okay,
I just want to say for the record,
Yeah.
Dodger coming in like, yes, you're fine. It's so sweet and wholesome, but inaccurate.
Yeah,
But a lie.
I think you're cool.
I
Thank you.
wouldn't go to an EDM rave just because that just sounds loud, and I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't like loud stuff. In my 20s, I was not the person that like went to the club every weekend. I think I would go with friends once or twice, and I'm like, who would enjoy any of that? It's so loud.
Well,
in
were you on
here.
drugs at the time?
No.
Well, there's your problem.
I know, I get it. Or just drunk out of your mind, apparently, and it's just
No, drunk means you have to pee. You can't do that. You got to stay there all night and party. Drugs will solve that problem real quick.
I'm just saying, if you've got a place that is solved by taking copious amounts of drugs, I think you have a flawed design. Is all I'm saying. I think you have a flawed product. I think so. I think so. Unless you're presenting it as like, hey guys, look, this is like a drug. I don't know, like add-on. You know what I mean?
A
Like,
drug add-on?
I like
a
that.
drug
Yeah.
add-on. Yeah.
I tend to believe a lot of products are that.
Okay.
That a lot of things are invented like, well, you're high. What are you going to do? You're not going to be bored. Here's what we're going to do for you. We have a whole line of things you can do. One of them is an EDM rave with Shrek.
We
Right?
have a whole thing that you could do when you're bonked out on your mind.
It's drug DLC.
You want to see Shrek vomit at you? I don't know.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Drug
That's
loadable
Shrek.
content.
Mm-hmm. Drug loadable content. That's what video games and movies are for, I thought, when you're taking. We don't have to get into this topic. Anyway, sorry. Anyways. Morning! Today we're talking about drugs.
Yep, that's what the kids like these days.
These days. I think it's
Yeah.
always been that way, man.
Josh, you have that face that says it's time to wrap. I can tell.
Yep. Judgment mom face.
Yeah.
No. I'm just listening to my two sweet boys talk about drugs.
Making mental notes and saying who's going to be getting coal for Christmas this year.
Yo,
I have a direct
coal
line
is
to
a valuable
Santa.
resource.
Look, all I'm just saying is, ever since Dodger became a mom, like you have developed big mom energy that is
More judgmental. You're right. Agreed.
unintentional, but there is that sort of like big mom energy where you're like,
yeah.
is that okay? Like, I don't want to make you upset.
I can't believe this. I'll be thinking about
Very
this
much
for
for-
days.
very much with my own mother. It's like I'm joking around and I'm just like, we're good, right? Not Jesse. Jesse's fine. I don't care what he thinks. Dodger, we're okay.
You shouldn't care what I think. My thoughts?
Yes.
Toxic. Just the
Mhm.
worst.
Absolutely.
You don't want to know what's going on up here. Once you
Mhm.
persona me, you're going to be like, oh my God.
We're never going
We shouldn't
back.
have done this. There's no saving this.
Hey, can we skip this chapter? I don't want to do the Jesse costume. Can we skip this entire?
There are so
25
many
day?
dicks to fight. So many.
Why does he keep talking about nut cleavage in here?
There's
What?
just
It's dangling
Oh.
from the ceiling. What the heck?
The
you
nut
have to punch him to get
cleavages.
through.
Yeah, that's Jesse. In Jesse's mind, if you persona him,
Yeah.
like little chandeliers.
You know what's interesting is we talked about testicles twice today.
Sorry, I apologize.
You don't have to
No,
say
no,
sorry.
no,
I'm
no,
bringing it up
there's-
as an interesting anecdote. We talked about testicles
okay.
twice today.
2 times.
One time when we got raided by a company.
Yes.
That's
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Oh, I thought like a bud raided you. You mean you got like a whole
actual giant bomb, like the giant bomb was like raid. And right when I was like, let me tell you about
very much,
testicle
guys.
cleavage. Yeah.
This is like a lot of you will know who Co-Carnage is. Very successful streamer.
Love
the one and only subathon that I've ever done in my life.
Mm-hmm.
He raided me with 10,000-ish people.
As you do.
Right at the time that I was writing the word fart in block letters on my neck.
Look, if they can't accept you at your fartiest, you don't deserve.
Things just happen because they're meant to happen that way, you know?
It's just being genuine, you know.
Yeah.
That's just you just being a genuine, you know. If you don't like this, that's okay. I'm not everyone's favorite cup of tea. I get it. It's fine.
I would genuinely love to know the analytics of that, because when you raid someone, there's a drop off.
A huge drop off. Yeah.
And I would love to know how many people stayed around after fart.
Me too.
I would
also love to know that.
I would suspect more people stayed.
Look, I think yeah, there's probably a batch of individuals that were like, yeah, this ain't my speed. But I think you earned some lifelong Dodger fans that way. They were like, that's my vibe. Writing fart on your neck, that's my vibe.
I've always wanted a fart tattoo. This person gets it.
On your neck?
Yes.
On the neck.
Would you ever get a tattoo on a visible part of your body?
I would. A tattoo on the visible part of my body.
No, like neck or face.
Oh, no, that's not. You have to be more specific. I don't want. No.
Totally.
I want to get. This goes back to Banishers. The tattoo Red has on his hand, I want that.
It's super cool.
Full ass hand tattoo.
Yeah.
He's the coolest shit I've ever seen. I want it.
There's some really pretty finger tattoos that people get, and every time I see them, I'm like, I want them. One day. Yeah.
Why not? Like, if you want them, just go for it.
Oh, I'm a big puss, so I wouldn't do it.
Oh, you don't like the pain?
No, not pain. I just don't like the idea that it's got to be good. It'd have to be perfect. Otherwise, I'd look at it every day.
Do you want to be 50 with this thing on your hand?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Do you want to be like 70, like a really old Jesse Cox with this thing on your hand?
I mean, as that's part of
tattoos
what I want.
Get better with age, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want like a cool. I don't know, but like I don't want to get a tattoo of like SpongeBob and have to explain it to a kid in 2070.
Oh my god.
Like.
I'm not.
Yeah, this is old SpongeBob.
Bro, no names, but there was a person I went to high school with who last time I was on Facebook was like, I finally got my Minions tattoo.
Did you unfriend them immediately?
No, but all I could think to myself was like, God, I really hope that you still love Minions with all your heart.
Yes.
Later.
I
can't imagine getting a Minions tattoo, but I can't imagine getting like an anime tattoo. So like, what am I judging about? You know?
Wait, this was a friend in high school?
Yeah.
Was this recently?
That I still like follow on Facebook.
Yeah. Was this more recently?
She just got it. Yeah.
So in their 30s, they were like Minions.
I love
Minions. That is who I am. Wow. I mean,
I will say that at least Minions can't be. Well, I guess they could be problematic down the line, but like when people get tattoos there's a lot of stuff that I was like, man, that'd be a cool tattoo, or I'd love to get that symbol or this thing. But then 5, 6, 7 years later, I'm like, I hate that. Thank God I didn't do that. I have to be the nicest man on earth because at one CoxCon, I saw a dude got a full leg Dantan style Jesse Cox tattoo.
Uh-oh.
And I can't become a piece of shit because that guy will have to get that lasered off, and I don't want that
that's
for
so
him.
true. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I have to be the nice, I have to like be above everything because that man got a tattoo and I can't not, I don't want him to have to take that off. I would feel terrible.
I feel like as content creators, we all have a moment in our lives where we're like, you realize what a big responsibility you have, and you're like, I gotta make sure I'm not a piece of shit. I love that yours was seeing this tattoo and being like, I can't fuck this up. I'm gonna ruin this man's life if I
have to be a sweetie poop forever.
Yeah, I'm on his leg permanently. I gotta be good. I gotta be good.
Yep.
So, you know.
Oh,
Can't-
man.
Mhm.
That's wild. Would any of you get a tattoo for a brand deal? If a brand came to you, paid you an absurd amount of money, and said...
Absurd is the right word. Yes.
Absurd, yes.
What are we talking about?
Do you have a number?
much?
Do you have a number? Oh, God, see, that's rough.
69,420,000.
100%. Are you kidding me?
I'd do that.
I do.
Okay,
it.
$1 million. $1 million.
Yeah.
No,
1
million's
million?
too
Dude,
low.
laser
Million's too low.
technology is so good now. You can get that shit taken off so easy. It would
You
hurt
have
like
to-
a bitch. You'd have to go back in a few times, but like...
Knowing businesses, they're going to be like, you have to have the tattoo for like X amount of time, like obviously. But
Yeah, your
like,
body becomes a walking billboard, so it's got to be more than $1 million. You know your worth, baby. You know your worth. You gotta. I would demand minimum 10. Minimum 10 million.
Dodger checked out at a million, but you're saying 10 mil. I would go for $1 million because again, laser tech. That's exactly what she said. Laser technology. I could get that removed in whatever period
Set
of
some
time.
of that million aside and get rid of it, or tattoo
Yeah.
over it. You know.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
that would work.
No, I would 10 million, and I'll get a tattoo of like Wendy on my a tramp stamp of Wendy from Wendy's.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, she's eating a chicken sandwich, and she's like, tastes better going in than coming out. Wendy's. Right?
Oh no!
Yikes.
Woof! Bow wow! See, there it is. There's the mom look. There's the Dodger.
I can't say yikes.
It's inherent in you, my friend. It's inherent. I still remember one time I had a bunch of fan art tabs open, and I was like,
Yeah.
how do I close all these tabs? And Dodger's like, she said it in a way that was like my mom like talking to me. It's like, you gotta right click the tab and then press this, okay? And I'm like,
Don't let Dodger tell you anything about tabs. Every time I've ever looked at Dodger's screen, there's been 8 billion tabs open. I
Oh,
refuse to
no.
accept
Shall
that
I
she's the
count?
tab queen.
Shall I count right now?
Please do.
how? Why? Huh?
Okay. So.
Do you clear
uh,
them daily?
No, of course not. Why would I do that?
Your
Okay, so
RAM.
whatever.
Your poor RAM.
Whatever while I'm streaming, any Twitch or streaming associated tabs are in one. So I've got 2 open right now because I have my dashboard open for the actual stream and then the stream together tab. And then I have the one that's just like open shit that I haven't wanted to close yet. And there's only 5. Which I think is not that bad.
Okay. That's all right. Do you guys keep
I have one tab open. It's for this show, and I will close it when we're done.
That is such an old man response, Jesse. I just want you to know that right now. I only need one tab.
I have,
If I have more than one, I'll forget. I'm old.
That's
the Root Trees Are Dead game on itch.io.
Okay.
I have that open because even though it has a save button and it says that it's safe to turn it off and close the tab, I'm scared to close it. So
Okay,
I
that's
save
fair.
and then I just leave the tab open.
That's fair.
I have 2 Etsy tabs open because
Okay.
I'm looking for a fun wallpaper for my kitchen. I have a Sealskins tab open because I want to buy my father-in-law some waterproof work gloves.
Aw.
And I have a YouTube video open about how fucked up everybody is that was on That 70s Show.
Girl, I was watching that video yesterday.
The algorithm!
Oh, they know, dude. They know.
So that's it. That's
Hold
everything
on.
that I've got
Hold
open right
on.
now. Yes.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
would like to say for the record,
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like out of everyone from that 7, Topher is doing pretty good. That dude
Yes.
seems like the most genuine,
The main
normal
the
human being.
main dude
He bounced.
in that
He
show
bounced. Yeah.
has never been
Never had any
involved in a
ties with
single
anyone.
problematic
That's what I'm saying,
thing.
Topher.
Does not
Yeah.
associate with any of those people.
Yep.
And for so long, everybody was like, man, what's going on with him? Like, why did
Because
they
he
ostracize
didn't-
him? He ostracized himself because the rest of them
Yeah.
were so fucked up. Like,
He didn't.
it's
He
wild.
didn't hang out with the video. If it's the same video that you saw, they were talking about how Topher hung out with no one on set, made no friends, clocked in, did his job, got the
Yeah.
fuck out. He did not want to, and everyone's like, God, so stuck. And I'm like, that man was brilliant. That
Yeah,
man
and
was smart.
the person who made the video, for anybody who wants to watch it, it's long, but it's called
Yeah,
Everything You
yeah.
Don't Know About the Cast of That 70s Show. In parentheses, they're cursed. It's an hour and 40 minutes long. I love long videos
Yes.
like that. But
big
yeah,
essay
and
videos.
in the video, she's like, the way that they kept trying to spin it was that he's a homebody and he just didn't want to hang out with anybody. But she was like, but
Yeah.
literally every other thing he's ever been involved in, he's hung out with people. He's had a nice time. He's made
best
friends. Pointedly did not make friends with anybody or spend quality time with anybody on that 70s show.
His
And
vibe meter must have been going through the
seriously,
freaking roof.
that dude must like really trust his gut. Thank God.
Oh yeah.
I will say, I haven't watched this video, but I'm assuming it's talking about the kids because you can't say a bad thing about Red Foreman. Damn it!
It's all about the kids. It's all about the
And
kids.
there's a little
Oh,
bit
is
of that.
it? I didn't finish it. I didn't get that far.
Really, Red? No.
I
Just-
Is it
Just
how?
watch the
Is it
video.
because he killed RoboCop? Is that
It's
why?
not, no, it's not about
Son
that.
of a bitch killed RoboCop.
He killed RoboCop. He shot him so many times, dude.
It's something about this new thing where like all these giant 3-hour essay videos and I watch them. And I never thought I would. I mean, I
Well-
break it apart. I break it up. I can't watch it straight, but I mean, like it's wild.
It's another algorithm change. Welcome to the new YouTube.
Yep.
Where before it's got to be short,
A bunch
under
of short
20?
videos. Yep.
and
We're
then
back-
they
we're back
introduced
to long
literal
videos.
TikTok videos,
Yeah.
and then the algorithm changed where it's like, well, you have your shorts, and now long
back.
videos. Following trends is slowly killing me, and I just want to let
Yeah.
you know that
Everyone has
when
to
I
own it.
do die, in my
Mhm.
obituary, it's blaming YouTube.
Fuck the
it-
algorithm.
Right up front, it's gonna say YouTube killed Jesse Cox. That's it. That's my obituary. I want it on my tombstone. I'm like, YouTube did it. Yeah. We don't need Sherlock Holmes.
My
YouTube did it.
indoctrination to essay videos has to have been H Bomber Guy's the oof sound video, which is I've watched that several times, and that is a massive essay. It's so I love this essay meta where it's just like, yeah, it's like a little fun topic, and then we find a deep seated evil that I have to now uncover, and you're just like, we're going for a freaking ride right now. Let's go.
Even though it isn't an essay on YouTube, the best version of I am watching a silly fun thing that turns out to be like, whoa. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. I don't even know if it was Netflix originally. But the Tickle Fight documentary
Oh my God.
Yes! That was on HBO. I know
Yes.
exactly
is
what
one
you're
of the
talking about.
greatest things I've ever seen.
So wild.
It's like, we're going to talk about the world of tickle fighting. And you're like, okay. And it's kind of goofy. And then it's like,
And then it's not.
bro,
dark.
what?
Yeah.
And you're just
That is
like,
crazy.
I'm a part of this ride now. Let's freaking
good.
go.
Yeah, I think last time we talked about something adjacent to this, I had
Yeah.
suggested Jenny Nicholson's Evermore Park video. Is that same sort of a thing where she was like, I just love theme parks. She makes videos and talks about theme parks all the time. So she was like, I'm going to talk about this theme park because it was like bigged up as like this cool idea, and you know they're reopening and all this stuff. And literally all she planned to do was go to this park and see how it was, and wound up finding out so much about the inner workings of this park and all of this like drama, and like it's fascinating. It's such a long video, but she in the video is like, I didn't plan on this, okay?
Yeah.
They're gonna be so mad at me for making this video, but like I literally just wanted to come to your park and have a nice time, okay?
Those are the best video because where you're just genuinely like, yeah, I'm just doing a video on this topic, and then it took a really weird turn, and now I'm going down this rabbit hole, and man, it's so wild. I love it. I'm here for this new meta. I'm not a part of this new meta. That is not for me. But yeah, that's great. You know, I'm just thankful. You know, D&D sessions. Which, to be fair, my D&D sessions run short because I just don't have the same attention span and energy as I used to. But
It makes
I also
them more
feel
accessible.
and that's
To
what I
not
think.
be like 4 hours long most of the time.
I've always I've always been of the belief that it does make it a little bit more accessible, so that you're not sitting watching a 4 to 6 hour roll. Now, if you like it and you like and that's the style you like, I get it. I do not have the attention span, sadly, or the energy. I get sleepy. I get very tired.
And Jesse needs to poop, so
Yeah,
that's the way it is.
I do it for all the Jessies in the world that you need. Someone's got to poo. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm-
Speaking of watching things, we do have to
Yes.
wrap up now.
Okay.
But
I was about to say.
Brett.
Yes.
So something we ask all of our lovely guests to do is to suggest homework to chat. It can be a game, it can be a movie, a show, a book, anything you want. Something that you think people should really give a shot.
Okay. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, so I think mine. I won't do a promo because that would be scummy. But
You should read the book. Why Slay Dragons?
Buy my book. That's a fun homework. No. Recently in December, I don't know why, but I was like, I want to play Doom again. Not the 2016 version, like the 1991-92 John Romero Doom. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna download Doom. I downloaded GZ Doom, which uses a copy of Doom that you already have, so it's not piracy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just get a copy of Doom on like Steam, I'm sure it's really cheap. And you get the GZ Doom add-on, and you could like adjust lighting and all that stuff. But one of the cool things about it is you can actually use your mouse to aim. To like look around and aim like in modern first-person shooters, because back in the day it was you were looking left and right and kind of like doing this weird auto aim thing. So if you haven't played Doom or you haven't played Doom in a while, give that a download. Download GZ Doom. It was just I was so surprised how it stood the test of time. It was so much fun. I was playing on and play it on a difficulty you're comfortable with. I played it on ultraviolet, and it was a blast from like the 90s. And I was like, I went through Doom. I went through all the episodes of Doom. I went through Doom 2. I tried playing Doom 3. I couldn't get through it. I got bored. And so play an old game you haven't played in a while and see if it stands the test of time.
Old Doom
that's my
would be
recommend.
really fun to do. I used to watch my brother play it when I was little.
It was so much fun, and like you're strafing, you're trying to avoid all. There's so many in ultraviolence. There's so many enemies, so you're constantly. It's this adrenaline, high action, and it's in the 90s, but it still was so much fun. So that is what I recommend personally. Either that or just play an old game. If you're into D&D style games, I would give Neverwinter Nights a try. 2001 Neverwinter Nights. It uses the 3.0 rule set, but it's a ton of. If you're a big fan of Baldur's Gate, you don't mind going back to something a little more old school. Neverwinter Nights, 2001 Neverwinter Nights was wonderful. So those are my recommendations.
Awesome.
Play old shit. Play an old game. Yeah, you haven't played in a while.
GZ, like George. GZ Doom.
Yeah. GZ Doom. Yeah. And
Nice.
all it is just an executable, and you can just adjust. And the thing is, you could adjust lighting. There's a bunch of tutorials on site of like, here's some ideal layouts, that you want to do, because you can really go in and just adjust like the rendering, the lighting, the widescreen, all that stuff. Like, absolutely, absolutely go for it.
Awesome.
That's my recommendation to you.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you. Thank you
hey.
for having me on.
Chat, thank you so much for listening to / watching Geekenders. This has been our lovely guest, Brett. Brett, do you want to tell everybody where they can find you and what you're up to and about your book, probably?
Yeah, I can do that. Okay. The one thing about content creators is we hate selling our own shit because we don't want to sound so scummy.
Nobody else is gonna.
Yeah,
we're the only one who's gonna do it.
Hi, I am BrettUltimus. I have a DM on YouTube. I run the IO campaign series. I run many campaigns in this big open sandbox world. I DM Dodger and Jesse and Deadbeats on Thursdays, 4 p.m. EST. You can check out my all of my D&D sessions on youtube.com/worldofio. I have just released for my first ever D&D book, which is so awesome. It's a 318-page book about fishing. It's called Why Slay Dragon Spooky Fishing. It brings fishing into your 5e world. 318 pages, 12 subclasses, over 100 items, over 200 fish, 24 NPCs, a bunch of creature blocks, all themed around fishing, and just bringing fishing into your game. You can get the digital PDF on iopublishing.com, and the hardcover book should be out sometime in May or June, depending on manufacturing. And since it's the first book I'm ever manufacturing, I don't know what the hell to expect. So I'm hoping it goes well. I hope we don't have to delay it too much, but it's my first time, and I'm learning along with everyone else. So yeah, pick up the PDF.
From what I've heard, people are very happy with it.
Yes,
So, that's good.
so ecstatic because it's exactly what you said. I just want to make cool stuff for your game that you can have fun with. That's it. That's all it is. Make people happy. That should be your business model, personally. Why are you laughing, Jesse? Why are you laughing?
Make people happy. It's a good business model. I'm excited for you.
It's a great
Why can't I smile?
Because you were laughing. I just didn't know if there was something else.
I'm laughing with joy.
Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I
hear it now. I hear the mom
that.
voice. Yeah.
I knew she was going to say that.
Thank you all so much for watching. Hey, if you showed up like halfway through this and you're like, I can't wait to watch the VOD, it will not be here. It will be on youtube.com/Jesse Cox. That's where all of the Geekenders VODs are. Also, Jesse puts up our audio on all of the podcasty things.
Hell yeah.
If you want to just listen to us podcast styles and not see us, mug at the camera,
Why?
you can find us.
Why bother though? Like, what about? Come on, baby. You don't want to see this, girl.
Oh yeah! Wow, beautiful! Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse, can I ask, because people are going to go to your the podcast sites and go to your YouTube channel?
Go on. I'm
like
here
that.
to answer.
Can you list all of the podcasts you're a part of right now? I'm just curious because I think it's 4, right?
I am on this show, which is
Geekenders.
the most important because I'm currently on it.
Absolutely.
Cox and Crendor,
100%.
Chilluminati, and I do a Star Wars book club where we read the old Star Wars books from like the 1970s and 80s. So there you go. That's it.
Oh, I did not know about the last one. That's really
I've
what I'm
fallen
part of.
asleep to
Yeah.
that one a lot because I don't know shit about Star Wars, but I like my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's very sweet.
it's nice.
And Dodger, how many podcasts are you currently a part of right now?
One.
Those are rookie numbers.
I think this one. I think that's it.
I love the idea of you just forgetting about a podcast you're a part of and you do not trust your brain
I think it's
whatsoever.
this one. Oh my gosh.
Dang.
Yeah.
You know what? That's smart. One is enough.
We used to do a manga one called Manga Pod.
Yes, I
but
remember
haven't done
that.
that in a long time. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe one day it'll come back. Who knows?
You should bring it back.
I know. It was fun.
You
All
should do a
right.
Peppa Pig podcast. Sorry, called
No.
the Pig Podcast. Anyways,
Peppa
go
Pig
on.
one shot is on the way though.
Woo!
Yeah. It's gonna happen with Jesse Cox as a
Pig.
dog.
It's me, Australian Pepper.
That's not
Pepper.
Australian. That sounds
With Jesse
very...
Cox playing the coveted role of Peppa Pig herself. Tune in one day.
It's me,
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig.
Have an amazing weekend, guys. We will see you again next Friday. Take care of yourselves and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.